Non-polio SIAs are a critical component of our strategy to protect our children from vaccine-preventable diseases. The vaccines to be given include yellow fever, measles, and other routine immunizations, including HPV.
For the yellow fever vaccine, for this campaign, it's expected that everyone between the ages of 9 months to 44 years be vaccinated. And these vaccines can be gotten from any public health facility around you. You would also see vaccination posts being set up in areas. A single dose of this vaccine confers a lifetime protection, and you're expected that within 14 days of taking this vaccine, you will develop antibodies for it. For 20 children that actually have measles, there's a possibility that one would have pneumonia. Out of 1,000 that would have measles, there's a possibility that one would have an infection in the brain called encephalitis. It also leads to visual impairments and hearing impairments. For pregnant women that have measles while they are pregnant, this can lead to them having these babies preterm or the babies being of low birth weight. And in some cases, it can actually lead to death. One of the major rumors around measles is the fact that a child that has had measles should not take injections, should not take any vaccines. And this is something that is deeply ingrained in our society. This myth and misconceptions has been a major driver against the uptake of the measles vaccine in the states and in the country at large.
Some of our high-risk areas where there are some schools that are known for rejection, we've been able to map them out, even some churches, and we've been able to, organize a sensitization meeting with them so that we can, actually sensitize them so that they will know the importance of these vaccines, so that everybody can get vaccinated, so that we can achieve that herd immunity in Lagos State.
When we deprive our children of vaccines they should get, or we deprive other people's children as a result of us sharing rumors that are not true, what we see is that there will be an outbreak in vaccine preventable diseases. And I always say, why should we allow things that can be prevented to happen? It is safer, it is wiser, it is cheaper. And lastly, what we see is an increase in child morbidity and mortality. And for us in UNICEF, we don't want to see it. We believe that every child has a bright future and should be given the opportunity to live, to develop, and to thrive. And so vaccine preventable diseases should not stop that child. But when we pass information, when we spread rumors that are myths and misconceptions about vaccines, what we see is an increase in child morbidity and mortality. Now, please, every child should be vaccinated. For everything that we do as media, we must ensure that we debunk myths, we debunk misconceptions, and we debunk misinformation about childhood vaccines.
Creating awareness through campaigns, flyers, t-shirts, roadshows, online adverts, jingles, town criers, social media through the uses of social media influencers, social media artists, notable and the professional artists.
About the languages, we also mentioned that for those that are blind and deaf and dumb, they should also get interpreters for them.
We talk about timing. When you visit in the morning, don't make it a one-off thing. You can still go back, or another set of group should revisit the same street that you have gone to. Because the people you miss in the morning, you may likely meet them in the evening. There must be somebody, supervisor, who is checkmating them, who is looking after them. Thank you very much.
Having a local language jingle, ability for us to speak the local dialect to the masses so they can get us. Do you get me? Having it on radios, there's someone who talk about the Ministry of Health updating the media before implementing. This will also help us to implement our effective results.
Vaccination exercise commences on the 19th of October, which is this Saturday. It's supposed to run for 2 weeks. But we also know that we are committed to ensure that we vaccinate every eligible person. So it may run longer than 2 weeks. We are working in partnership with the general hospitals and the teaching hospitals, who have dedicated at least 2 doctors, whose sole goal is whenever we have any case, they are ready to swing into action and help us combat it. So we have a lot, right from all the reporting lines down to the treatments. Everything has been put in place for that.
We are looking at about 95% coverage. You know, for yellow fever now, we are giving to people from 9 months to 44 years. So we want to cover at least about 95% of the population of Lagos. That is a huge thing for us to do. Then we have measles that is between 9 months and 18 months. We want to cover at least 95% of the population too for that one. The same thing for the other vaccines that I've mentioned.
It's an integrated campaign, meaning that we're going to be carrying out a lot of vaccinations, including different antigens. For example, we will have the routine immunization to target children under 2 who may have missed their routine immunization. We have the measles vaccines targeting children between 9 months to 5 years. This is to boost their immunity against the measles disease. And then we will be having the yellow fever, which is targeted with, for people within the ages of 9 months to 44 years. Of all these antigens, it's also important I mentioned that we would also be doing the HPV vaccination for girls. It is important to know that all vaccines are safe, they are effective, and it is wisdom for parents, for stakeholders to allow every eligible adult, every eligible child within the age that we are targeting to get vaccinated. HPV vaccines protect girls against cervical cancer, and they are free and they are effective.